The Rukh star.
पहला प्यार है सजना
Shah Rukh, great to have you here on the show. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you
the
very much.
bad Shah of Bollywood. King Khan, SRK, the Rukh star. These are some of the nicknames, I believe.
The what?
The Rukh star.
Rukh star.
Rukh star. You not heard that one?
No, I'm not. You made it up?
I might have made it up. I've had the flu and I've had some strange thoughts. Some about you.
I wouldn't be able to tell. I thought you're normally like that, actually.
Okay, what should I call you? What should I address you?
Just Shah Rukh.
Shah Rukh. Okay.
Or Khan.
Great to have you here.
Or
well,
SRK or Badshah or Rukh.
We just I say Shah Rukh.
Shah Rukh.
So I like Shah Rukh.
Shah Rukh.
Now, I know when we have a big star on the show, all of our guests are always big stars, but I know when we have a superstar because we get so many phone calls from people going crazy to try and get tickets. And I think just about every Indian in the country has phoned me this week. They've even named a street after me in Neasden to try and get some tickets. That's what's going on. You have a huge following. Is it strange when you come to England, when you travel to America? Well, obviously, there's a population that do know you here, but at the same time, it's not like being at home where everyone knows you.
No, it's like being at home, and I'm not showing off.
Yeah.
It's like being at home. Actually, I heard it somewhere that all the Indians have followed to the British because they ruled us for the last 200 years. So a lot of Indians are here, a lot of Pakistanis, and I see more Indians here than I see it in India, actually. Really.
Well, that must be lovely then. It must be nice. But is it difficult for you to get around? I mean, are there places you can go to where no one knows you, where you can just get away from it all?
Yeah, there are 3-4 places left like that still, yeah. But I'm trying to get there.
Yeah,
but yeah, in England it's fun. I go down to the Hyde Park, I play soccer, my kids like it. But it's only up to the Selfridges during the summer holidays in June, July.
Yeah.
Because then you have a lot of the Arab world there and a lot of Indians there and Asians, so I just hide behind, I don't go beyond Selfridges. I think, for me, now I'll be honest, to me, England is only up to Selfridges from Grosvenor Square. I haven't been beyond that part.
Do you wear disguise ever when you go out? Have you disguised yourself to avoid attention?
No, I've never done that. I tell everyone I've worked very hard to be recognized. No, I don't want to have a disguise and I don't be recognized.
Okay. How do you think the Bollywood movies are now translating into the rest of the world? Because over here now, I know we have Bollywood movies, what we call Bollywood movies, of course, in the top 10 on a regular basis.
Yeah, at least on the first week, yeah.
Yeah. So you have everyone goes to see that film. But certainly, you know, there's a big appeal. And I get the feeling that Western people, people who aren't necessarily understand the language in the movie, are coming around to the movies a little bit more. Is that right? Do you think
Yeah, I think so. I think it started as a trend. Everyone thought it's like little kitsch and, you know, it's all colourful. And a lot of people in the West, when I used to come earlier, they said they're a little silly. You know, they're kind of strange. They like the singing and dancing and over-the-topness, everything. We act also a little louder than regular Western films. Yeah. But it's an interesting trend that, yeah, now we are making films, the recent films. You know, where the screenplay and stuff is a lot more appealing. And
more to do with the drama and the action than just the singing. Not that the singing is not an important part, but they're more kind of conventional movie to
Singing and dancing we do everywhere.
Okay.
You give us a chance. You know, I could be doing an operation on a woman, removing her appendix, and I can start singing, Dil to hai mera janam.
That's what I would like to see.
Yeah,
you've got to put that in a movie, Shah Rukh.
Absolutely. No, I already have.
You've already done that. Is there the argument made that you can have too much singing and dancing in a film?
No, we have about 5 or 6 songs. It's a set pattern that you have 3 songs in the... Oh, by the way, we have 2 halves.
And I wondered that, because when I watch them, and I enjoy the Bollywood movies I've seen, when I watch them, I sometimes think, Christ, they're long. You know, I mean, man, they go on for quite a long while. On average, they're around 2 hours, 43 hours. That's a kind of average movie length, isn't it? But I didn't want it, so they're split in the middle. Yeah,
it's the loo break. So you quickly go down and come back. You know, I was watching the film here first time with at Cannes, and it was a little long, the film, 3 hours. And then suddenly most of the people turned around and said, now we know why you have an interval. We need to go to the loo. Yeah. So that's why we are very considerate about films. You know, we make family films. We want the family to be comfortable, go out.
Yeah, well, that's... no, I'd love to go and see one in Mumbai. I'd love to see one with an audience, with the regional... Because I bet it's exciting. My father-in-law lives out in India for part of the year. Oh. And he says it's such an exciting experience when a new movie opens. Everyone goes... And it's just, people go crazy for the films.
Yeah, people throw coins in smaller cities and all. When the song starts, people throw coins and
I think he goes mainly to collect the money. That's why he enjoys that side of the experience. You know, you mentioned the family audience for the films, and one of the things you will notice if you haven't seen Bollywood movies, and I'm sure a lot of people here this evening have, but some might have, is that they're not anywhere near as explicit as our movies are. You don't see, there aren't sex scenes, for a start. There's very little kissing, in fact, in the films. This is something which you prefer as a performer, or is this a kind of a censorship generally, or you just don't think the audience would want to watch that? No, you know, our films are like a little cabaret variety because we want to cater to a 90-year-old lady and the 9-year-old little kid in the house. So we put in everything. But now you have a lot of kissing and sex in Hindi films. Personally, I'm awkward kissing on screen, so I don't do it. So I have in my contract that no horse riding and no kissing. Wow. And you don't want to get those two mixed up,
no. No kissing the horse either.
No.
Yeah, it's like that, yeah.
And we don't need to fill in the rest. So you don't, and why don't you like the kissing? You just feel awkward, or it's something you don't want your wife to see? What is it?
No, I don't know. I feel a little awkward, you know. I don't know. Have you shot for a film? You should come and see. A lot of people in India, we are very disorganized, and we make a lot of noise,
Yeah.
and there is no private moment on the set, and, you know, then you have to kiss. So not that I kiss like that, I'm just...
Yeah, I was... What a shameful attention seeker you are. Shameful. You can't bear the spotlight being elsewhere for too long.
But television's okay. I kiss on television.
So you
just
kiss
not
on
in
TV,
films.
but you don't kiss... Now, once again, our Indian viewers will know this, but many people don't, because you're a huge movie star. That's no overstatement. But at the same time, you go back to TV occasionally. You started in TV as an actor, I believe.
Yes.
And then you went back and you were hosting Millionaire for a while.
Yes, and Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Is that what it's called here?
We have Are You Smarter Than a 10-year-old over here, I think.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you do this. Now, over here, I don't think that could happen. I don't think you'd have a movie star, you know, the equivalent being, say, George Clooney or someone, ladies and gentlemen, who would then go and host Deal or No Deal. But literally, that's the case, isn't it? And so I guess the Indian audience don't differentiate necessarily between the two things.
No, it wasn't like that. Actually, it was started by the great Mr. Bachchan. He was the first one to do that. I used to work on TV. For me to go back and work on TV wasn't a problem. But it was an experiment. Would a movie star, like you said, would be accepted on television or not? And television has just got very big in India in the last 3-4 years. So it was an experiment. It kind of turned out all right. And then we mix, I mean, you should see Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, the Indian version that I've done. We do a little bit of singing and dancing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Why does that not surprise us? Did you see the film? I'm sure you did, Slumdog Millionaire.
Yes, yes.
Which, of course, was, you know, it's not even like a Bollywood movie, and I don't think people should confuse the two, but at the same time, many people felt this was a taste of, you know, an idea of Indian cinema. How accurate, though, is that? Because I believe they asked you whether you would play the,
I was
the host on
Danny's
that.
a friend, and we worked on the initial bit of the film, and I was very keen that that film be made because I think it's a very interesting topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is quite true to what it is in terms of the setting. But I didn't do it because the host is a little bit of a cheat, and he was a little mean. And I'd already done the show, so I said, you know, if I do it, then people feel I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I never do that. I do it. Yeah. So but that was a great film, and yeah, the shooting is like that. For the
when you do it for... Hey, you know what I like about seeing your movies is there's a little bit of everything, it seems to me. Not in all of them, but you have the big song and dance numbers. Some of them are fantastic, and so many cast members involved. I mean, really big-scale productions. You also have the acting, the drama, the stories, but they're often stunts and action as well. And I believe you do many of the stunts yourself, am I right?
I used to do it when I was younger. I was stupider then. And then I used to do all the stunts, and I hurt myself.
Hold on. When was that shoot? When was that taken?
That is Om Shanti Om, actually.
Om Shanti Om?
Yeah, and I'm very shy, actually. It doesn't, very few people know this, but in personal life, I'm very shy and reclusive and strange and weird and awkward. But really, I am. So,
how does that work, then, being as well known as you are? Because I know, you know, certainly the movies are huge, but I imagine, and I know recently you've said a few things in India and about situations which have caused you a lot of publicity. How do you tally being kind of shy and wanting a quiet life with being that big a public figure?
Yeah, it is difficult at times, and like the recent controversy that you're talking about, I didn't say much. I just said, you know, we are Indians and we should welcome everyone with open arms into our country. We cannot become that, no, this country people can't come and that country people can't come. And yeah, it's been blown out of proportion. Now they're stopping my film. They're not allowing it to release. So I'm a little tense. And but what I do is I just go, I work a lot. I'm a workaholic, Jonathan. I just work the whole day around and then get back home, spend time with my little kids, my wife and my sister. So I'm kind of boring in personal life. And I don't go out too often. I don't eat outside. I don't do anything. I actually just work, and I enjoy that the most, really.
You do sound quite dull.
Yeah, I'm very dull.
But that's a good thing, because your life is exciting enough already. Let me ask you about your new movie there, because this is something of a departure for you. Am I right in saying? My name is Khan. I guess it's kind of a message movie in a way.
In a way, but we have garbed it, of course, in love story. Because the lady who's working with me, Kajol, we've done some films. She's a very big star and really a wonderful actress. And I'm playing a person who's got Asperger's, which is like a form of autism.
Yeah.
And yes, there is a kind of message, which is the Western world, Islam, and how we are thwarting each other and destroying each other. The time has come that we should do simple, nice things and bring this world to a better, peaceful order.
Well, it's a clever story. I mean, would you just explain a little bit of the plot to people about what happens to the character, where he finds himself and what happens during the course of the film?
Yeah, he's, you know, people who have Asperger's, they are very compulsive and they take things very literally. And here is a relationship between a Muslim, which is played by me, Rizwan Khan, and a Hindu girl, and they get married. And I think the 9/11 incident happens, which I believe has changed the whole world.
So they're living in San Francisco, aren't they?
They're living in San Francisco,
Yeah.
yes. And it affects their life indirectly, and it leads to a breakup between the two. And the wife tells him that, listen, you got to explain your religion and what you stand for to everyone before you come back here. Actually go and she says it in a fit of anger. And she said, go and explain it to the President of the United States. And these guys are a little compulsive, so he says, okay, I will. And he gets up in the morning, puts on his bag, and he goes on this journey to go and explain it to the President of America that his name is Khan, and he's not a terrorist. And how, doing very small, simple things, the ideology is that maybe the world will change and be a better place to live in.
Well, which is, let's face it, a lovely idea.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
I think it's a
let's have a look. My name is Khan, and it opens here on the 11th of February.
Thank you.
Yeah, you must be very pleased. And it's interesting because you talk about the fact that the character is Muslim, he marries a woman who is Hindu, and that's your life as well, of course. Your wife
Yeah,
is
that's,
Hindu.
that's,
You're
that's
Muslim.
my life, yeah.
How does that work for you at home? How do you raise the kids? What do you do in terms of the faith issue at home with them?
We've just confused the shit out of them, I think.
Well, that's the perfect answer. I guess you just deal both with the same amount of respect and let them choose, or
we respect each other and we say, you know, whatever. So we have all kind of prayers in the house. And the other day, my daughter came and asked me that, you know, somebody's asked her, are you a Hindu or a Muslim? So I said, confuse them further. I say, you're a Christian. So, so I don't know how they're going to grow up, but one thing, I kind of respect all the religions, I guess. So,
well, that's the healthiest approach. You know, the movie deals with the issue of the way people's moods change towards Muslims after 9/11. Some people, some attitudes. But you've encountered some of that yourself, I believe, haven't you? I don't know whether this story was blown up, but wasn't there an incident when you were going into New York and you got stopped and searched for maybe a little longer than normal, just, I guess, because of your name? Yeah,
I'm always stopped at the security because of the name, and I think it's okay. You know, the Western world is a little worried now and paranoid.
Touchy, yeah.
Yeah, they're a little touchy, yeah. And feely when they're frisking you. But yeah, I'll tell you an incident. I was in London going through the airport, and the new machines have come out. Have you seen them?
Are these the body scan?
Yeah, the body scan ones.
I haven't seen one yet.
Yeah, you got to see them. I hope you don't have to go in because it makes you embarrassed if you're not well endowed. When you walk into the machine and everything, the whole outline of your body comes out. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I didn't know this, so I was a little scared because these people came up and they never do this because a lot of Asians at the airport and they're very kind to me. And then suddenly they said, you have to go into the machine. Go into the machine. So I went in and you have to keep your hand like this, and some stuff happens. And I came out. And then I saw these girls, they had these printouts. So I looked at them, I thought, you know, maybe it's a form that you're supposed to fill, and they gave it to me, and you can see everything inside. And then I've autographed them for them.
Oh, well, that's very good of you.
There's always autographed for them.
Well, that's another use for the machine.
Yeah, it's
I hear rumours, and I don't know if it's true, that you might be making a movie with one of my favourites from Hong Kong cinema, Jackie Chan.
Oh, I love him.
Is there truth in this?
I've asked him, but he's very expensive. So I hope I'm gonna try and speak with him in the next few days again. My kids love him, I love him. You know, when I was having my first kid, I prayed to God, I hope my son looks like Jackie Chan. I love him so much. And he does.
There you go. He listens, or she listens, or whoever listens.
God is listening, yeah. So he looks like Jackie Chan, and I hope I can. It's a new film called Ravan. It's Indians don't have a superhero.
Yeah,
so this is, the first time I'm trying to bring in a Western kind of a superhero in India. I'm shooting it in London.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you see me flying over Piccadilly... yes,
He'll fly over Piccadilly, but he'll stop at Selfridges and turn back. Too many people recognise me up there. I can't land. Shah Rukh, how lovely to have you on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you agree he's a superstar with very good reason. What a charming guest. Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. Thank you so much. Shah Rukh Khan, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you.
जलने लगा आसमां ये हाय क्यों पिघलने लगा। मैं ठहरा रहा ज़मीं चलने लगी, धड़का ये दिल सांस थमने लगी। हो क्या ये मेरा पहला पहला प्यार है सजना, क्या ये मेरा पहला पहला प्यार है। तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम। तुझे देखा तो ये जाना सनम, प्यार होता है दीवाना सनम। अब यहाँ से कहाँ जाए हम, तेरी बाहों में मर जाए हम। जरा तस्वीर से तू निकल के सामने आ, मेरी महबूबा मेरी तकदीर है तू मचल के सामने आ। मेरी महबूबा मेरी महबूबा मेरी महबूबा मेरी महबूबा मेरी महबूबा मेरी महबूबा। जानम देख लो मिट गई दूरियां, मैं यहाँ हूँ यहाँ हूँ यहाँ हूँ यहाँ। कैसी सरहदें कैसी मजबूरियां, मैं यहाँ हूँ यहाँ हूँ यहाँ हूँ यहाँ। तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा, मैं क्या करूँ सजदे सर झुकता है यारा, मैं क्या करूँ। तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा, मैं क्या करूँ। तुम पास आए यूं मुस्कुराए, तुमने न जाने क्या सपने दिखाए। अब तो मेरा दिल जागे न सोता है, क्या करूँ हाय कुछ कुछ होता है। क्या करूँ हाय कुछ कुछ होता है।
आंखों को झुका के रख ले, गोरे गोरे गालों को छुपा के रख ले।